nuclear law. I don't give a fuck, I just don't. Right?
What's up behind
all this dump testing, all the crap. I think they're testing all the shit to wipe us out in 2,000 years' time when they do it again.
Death dumps.
So,
yeah, no,
really
it's fucking wrong.
Being dropped on the American people. Condensation normally comes from airplanes and it dissipates because it's moisture. This does not dissipate. This is killing us. This, ladies and gentlemen, is poison. Poison being dropped on us. Nobody's doing anything about it. Congress is not doing anything about it. But this is being dropped on them and their children and their grandchildren. So what is going on behind the scenes? It's causing Alzheimer's, it's causing fibromyalgia, it's causing cancer, and we're all victims to this. We're all victims of it. Nobody's doing anything about it. Has to be the government. Think General Motors, Ford Motor Company, GE, you think any of them are doing this? This is government-operated, sanctioned. It's CIA operated, so the CIA would have to have contract killers. Maybe it's from Air America, but no, Air America is defunct. There's another... Well, Air America was the old CIA run in the Southeast Asia. So this is...
happening. Yeah. Why is it so powerful, and why it's so unanimously positive?
Yeah,
like,
why does it do that to your mind?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
And if it is an agent of evolution, right? No, but you're not being poisoned. The LD50 rate for psilocybin mushrooms is like fucking 50 pounds or something. That's like what you have to eat to kill half the people. It's ridiculous. It's like you can't die from it. We're talking about like hundreds of times more than the effective dose it would take to kill you. You have to be a total idiot to die from mushrooms.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of, you just probably throw up anyway.
Yeah,
you know?
if there was some...
I don't think anybody's ever died.
Unless there's some toxic mold that was on it, which is very common in mushrooms.
Or not only that, mushrooms that look like psilocybin mushrooms, but there's some other fucking one that completely jacks your system.
Right, so, but that's the problem with anything. Like, you could say, yeah, there's no mold on these mushrooms, you're not going to die, and there could be mold on those mushrooms.
Well, guess what, dude? You're supposed to be buying it, or not buying them, you're supposed to be eating them right out of the ground. They're supposed to be legal.
Yeah,
you know, this is all a subject of, what we're doing to, like, food. You know, how we don't let anybody grow their own mushrooms, and you know, it's fucking really hard to get too. So you don't know who's handling it and how the guy's growing it. And if you had it yourself, if it was legal, you could have it in your goddamn backyard or in your basement. You could grow a whole shelf of mushrooms. It's easy as fuck.
Yeah. And I got a dude who had, like, just got mushrooms out here. Like, I back home used to have like a reliable source where it didn't kill me. It was awesome.
Right.
But it's so weird when it's not controlled.
Yeah.
You're like,
not only that, dude.
He's
selling something illegal, and that's where it gets tricky. Yeah. You know, the real problem with illegal drugs is that you got to talk to people to get them. Yeah. You know, that's deal with some dude and he wants to sell you mushrooms. Yeah. Come on, man. Who's this guy? You're selling mushrooms? Where are you at in your life? You're selling mushrooms, you know? How crazy are you, you know? You wearing a wire? Get the fuck over here. Yeah. You know, it's like, that's the problem. You shouldn't have to deal with some person who's willing to break the law. What it should be is there's no fucking law. And by the way, there's a lot of cool people who sell mushrooms. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing. But what I'm saying is valid in a lot of cases. I remember the guy, we used to deal with this dude named Jake the Snake. That's how I used to get weed before I got a medical card. This motherfucker was so annoying. He was so annoying that Eddie Bravo had to choke him out like 3 times. He couldn't believe that Eddie could choke him out. He's like, man, if it was a real fight, dude, I'd kick your ass. And so Eddie's like, come on, but you act like an asshole. And the guy's like, I'm telling you, man, that jiu-jitsu shit ain't gonna work on me. And Eddie's like, okay, let's go out in the yard and let's fight. So Eddie takes him down, strangles him, puts him to sleep, wakes him up. Like, this didn't happen, man. It didn't fucking happen. It's bullshit. You got lucky. So they do it again. Let's go again. Eddie takes him down, chokes him out, puts him to sleep. Like, you fucking dummy. That's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Like, really? You think you could you're just tough enough to fight that shit off? This is where we used to get our weed from. It was so annoying. This guy was so dumb. He was like a dude whose half his head was made of cardboard. It was just like, there's something in there that's dulling your electrical circuits. This wet cardboard's leaking on the circuitry. This whole fucking thing is shorting out. It was just dumb. This motherfucker's so weak. Yeah, that was
Yeah, but I mean, they get back to like the
monkey thing?
and the mushrooms.
It's very possible, man.
Way harder for me to go, I believe in something, than for me to not whoa, fuck, I just lost my
I know what you're saying.
But like,
yeah.
I remain to bring open, like, see, dude, it's just the fuck that we used to be like bacteria on this rock, and now we're sitting here talking with headphones about shit on computer. Like, that's fucking weird.
Right.
So if you go, oh, maybe that happened. Yeah, maybe it did happen. Like, I'm not going to disbelieve, but for me to go, for sure, this thing happened, that's harder to do.
My point exactly. I love that you just said that. I always say the exact same thing when it comes to like UFOs and stuff. And I'm like, why do you want to believe? Do you have personal experience with a UFO? You've been taken aboard. How do you not know that all these people are crazy? Because I know a lot of crazy people, man. People are full of shit. They lie a lot. You have to always keep that. Brian always says it best. You always got to keep, what do you say? You always got to keep all doors open. Is that what do you say? What? We were talking about this once before when it was about UFOs. Oh, keep everything on the table.
Oh, keep everything, Okay, you know,
keep everything on the table.
Yeah.
Right. Don't just commit to one thing or the other, man.
Yeah.
Right. When you're speaking about life, and this is, when think about, this is the nuttiest fucking shit ever. There's a new study that they found, and that life today resembles life of a billion years ago, or cancer today rather, resembles life of a billion years ago.
I saw that.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find the it's very scary, because what it implies is that, you know, what we came out of, here it is, right here, here's the article. Life cancer cells resemble life 1 billion years ago, and they have all these comparisons, and, you know, it's all like some serious scientific study about the origins of life and the origins of cancer, and the idea, and this is going to be completely insane, but the idea is, if human life becomes so fucked up and chaotic and so unnatural and so polluted by chemicals and destroyed by ideology and nonsense, and we just breed ourselves down to mush, this is the mush. What this is what started life in the first place. Life was just a series of fucking cells that grew out of control and became eventually human beings. And for this shit to be growing inside of us at an ever-expanding rate constantly is like the primordial ooze trying to reclaim its creation. This is the universal fucking Etch-a-Sketch, and they're shaking it right now. Wrap your fucking head around that, man. That's what cancer is, man. What cancer is absolute proof positive that this is the wrong path, and the universe is slowly swallowing the human race back up. Wrap your shit around that, homie.
That's the universe's no.
Where's it gone?